What's going on, everybody? This is your boy Street Side, hoping that you stay motivated to accomplish what you need to accomplish in this society, and hoping that you are keeping the faith in all everything that this world is throwing at us right now as people. Um, what I'm what I want to speak on today, another topic that's really bothering me about this mainstream society, is this worker shortage narrative that they've been painting for about a year now. Now, are there people that don't want to go back to work? Of course, we know that, and we knew that in 2019 and 2010 and 22. There a certain portion of this population is always going to be lazy. They're going to be non-producers, and they're going to struggle because of it. But we're not talking about those people right now. See, one of the things that the young people are at risk of in this new society is not being able to pay attention and not being able to go look back and having such a short-sighted memory. Because there's somebody that's always in all of our cities in our metro area out here in the 757. um I've been out for these last 2 years, and I was out 4 years before that. And I did transportation work for a while. I still do it pretty much. It's still a part of my income. And in 2019 and 2020, one thing I noticed everybody was getting up, they were going to work. Everybody that had a job, everybody that had the minimal amount of motivation that you need to make it, they were doing their own thing. They were going to work. They were waking up in the morning. They were catching cabs there. They were catching lifts back. They walked to work. They were working overtime. Um, they were applying for new jobs. They were moving up in positions. Granted, most people complain about their job, which I understand, but people were doing their own thing. It was no worker shortage in 2019 because everything was normal. But then 2020 came, and they, the government or the powers that be, or whoever it is that you want to call it, they told people to go home. People were, what was it? I want to say March, February 2020. Everybody was still doing their thing. People weren't being lazy. They were people that had jobs. They were waking up and going to work, minding their own business. Once the government, whoever, told you to go home, do you know how many people that devastated? You know, you're always supposed to have some type of resilience to bounce back. But what they did to people in 2020 can destroy somebody that doesn't have 100% strength. Because, you had people that were nurses, you had people that were in law, you had people that were in school, all the teachers. They were told to go home after just minding their business, sit home for months, and then the government, whoever, the media, whatever, tell you to go back to work, you just supposed to wake up and just walk around and just jump back into it just because they said so. And that they have been doing such disingenuous things, painting pictures as if all Americans are just lazy. Let me give you an example. The last mainstream job I had, the last mainstream job I had, um, I was one of the people in the building that knew everybody, and that building employed approximately 2,200 to 2,300 people at all times. There were ITs there, assistants there, all kinds of things there. Um, Once 2020 came, I wasn't working there anymore, but I live in the vicinity to where I frequently drive past the place. We live in a huge building. Huge, was it? It was about 280,000 square feet, and all those 2,200 people. Probably about April of that year, I noticed the building was empty when I arrived by. So evidently, those people got sent home. Now, all of them aren't unemployed, but a heck of a lot of them are. Some of them work from home. Some of them worked from home. But I know a lot of them are laid off because when you go on Indeed or look for a job, I can see a lot of the positions starting to open back up now. But just in that one place alone in my city, that is about 2,200 people that were told to go home and never were called back to come into the office. Granted, some of them work from home. Maybe 800 work from home, but you take the difference, it's still not that good. Um, in our area, and I'm pretty sure in your area, when you ride past, go in an area wherever your Dunkin' Donuts or your Denny's is at, and you look at all the um, business buildings, commercial buildings that are vacant. I'm pretty sure at one point in time, in 2, 3 years ago, that a lot of people were going to those buildings and they were coming to that Dunkin' Donuts and they were going to that Denny's for lunch because they had a job that they were waking up and going to. But what this mainstream media has done is painted a picture as if people just walked off the jobs and just want to be home lazy. I'm a resilient person, so I guess I can understand why they would think people want to come back. But what did they do? I mean, some of these jobs that people were making were good jobs, making at least 65, 70,000, which is good in our area. I'm in Virginia. That's pretty median in our area where you could make it. This ain't California or New York or nothing crazy. And those people were told to come back to work. And when they were told to come back to work, what do they got to go back to? They got McDonald's to go back to, Burger King. What they might have a furniture store to try to apply to and compete to try to sell furniture during the after pandemic. I mean, it's a joke the options that a lot of these people had to come back to, and on top of that, they sent a lot of people home with no, I mean, with their children there. They shut the schools down. I mean, they just created a chaotic situation. And even though I'm really big on accountability, people having their own motivation, the situations that they left a lot of people in were unfair to anybody that's trying to make it. And the average person is going to lose motivation over time. People will blame the stimulus checks, but I can't really blame the stimulus checks. They sent people home and didn't even send anybody any type of funding to what, maybe 6, 8 months later or something like that. And they sent them. They put people out of work that probably would make $4,000 to $5,000 a month, and they made them sit home with no income, and then gave them less than 1,000, or maybe less than 2,000 after what, 6, 7 months of no income coming in. I mean, it's an insult what they're doing to us, and it's really getting disgusting. And it really becomes a time where you worry what is going on with people, where they are scared to call it out. I mean, they keep saying they have a worker shortage now, but what has been hinted in being people to be trained in over these last years? What type of jobs do they have available for people of this new time? We're all supposed to elevate, I guess, but what are these 17 and 18-year olds supposed to do that got pulled out of high school, might have been working their first job at Chick-fil-A, pulled out of the job market for 2 years, telling them to put a mask on, messing up their psyche, messing up their confidence, messing up their ability to connect with their fellow man? What are those kids supposed to do? Are they lazy? No, they're confused. What are they supposed to do? I know what we're supposed to do. I'm older. These younger people that don't have no guidance, most probably don't have no family they can confide in, because most of the parents and adults these days are arguing like children. What type of direction were they given when told to come out here into the world and function? I don't get it. Is they say it's a worker shortage. It seems like I it's hard to put into words. I mean, I'm not the most articulate person in the world, but when are my whole problem? My thing is always, when are people gonna stop letting this media gaslight you and make you think you are the problem? They are putting too many things on regular people to deal with. I still see people, even while this gas is what, almost $5 here in Virginia. I still see people out here trying, but they're confused. When I was doing this, I would do Lyft a couple days a week. There I would pick nurses up. I think I picked three nurses up in like probably about a 4 month time frame that all were on their last day because the mainstream introduced us to a shot. They gave you an ultimatum. People that have been, one lady worked there for 13 years and she got let go because she wouldn't take a shot. Is she lazy? No, not in my book. You know, they shut hospitals down around here. Those are nurses and people that had jobs where they can make it, which is already a limited availability, taken from them. 2 years later, told them to go back to work. Go back to what? Go back to Walmart? Go back to Burger King? Go to Ollie's Outlet? Where are they supposed to go back and work? They were nurses, high level nurses. You know, do not let this media gaslight you into thinking that they don't have anything to do with what's going on. I wish you all the best. Um, y'all stay vigilant, stay strong, and try to find your way. Don't be afraid to step into this new digital age because Lord knows I'm blessed, man. I mean, just learning how, just not being scared and stepping out there and learning how to make money online. Don't be afraid of it. But don't keep feeding this beast of a system that just has you arguing and questioning yourself when you know that you're somebody that, even if you're not looking to do anything extraordinary in life, you know that you have enough desire to at least get up and provide for yourself. And that has literally been taken away from so many people over these last 2 years. And you stay so distracted by design with everything that's going on in the media, all these elections, all these politics, all these orchestrated events across the country. You stay so occupied with that. Focus on what matters.